Everybody, so it's time for me to talk about my top 10 best movies of 2019. These are the movies that I absolutely loved and really enjoyed. I didn't get to see everything that I wanted to see. I didn't get to see Parasite because we don't get that in the UK until February next year. I did see Jojo Rabbit and The Lighthouse, but they also don't come out in the UK until next year. So that's why they are not on this list. So let's first off start with some mentions. We have Joker, which isn't in my top 10, but it was still a film that I really enjoyed. I think Joaquin Phoenix was great as Joker. I think the story was really well done. I think the cinematography was beautiful. I think everything about it was really great, but it's not in my top 10, but I still thought it was a fantastic film. Then we have Haunt, which was a horror that really surprised me about this haunted house where things start to go wrong for people, which, you know, we've had a few of those films this year, but this one really stood out, was very creative and a lot of fun. Then we have Hail Satan, which was the documentary about Satanists to show that they're not all these child-killing ritual people. They're actually not this big cult where they worship Satan all the time. They're actually some pretty good people that want to help people, really. They aren't terrible people like everyone thinks. And then we have Always Be My Maybe with Ali Wong, which was a fantastic romantic comedy, which really surprised me. I didn't think it was going to be that great, but it did blow me away what it does. And Keanu Reeves' cameo is one of the best things of cinema this year. But let's get into the top 10. In at number 10 we have Missing Link. Missing Link is another animation from Laika, who have done things like Paranorman, Coraline, and Box Trolls. They've made so many fantastic animations, and this was another beautiful animation that I absolutely loved. In at number 9 we have Avengers Endgame. I know a lot of people... Some people were disappointed with this, but I think it was a good close to what we've had of the story. That it's been a massive build-up of about 17 movies, but the build-up has been worth it, and this was a really great close to what we were waiting for, which put in a lot from the comics, which put in characters that we really wanted to see, and was just a lot of fun. It was a long movie, but it was one that I never really got bored with. In number 8 we have Midsommar, which is the Marmite movie. Yep, people love it or they hate it. I loved it. I saw the normal cut and I saw the director's cut. Director's cut, in my opinion, was a much better film. It was great to see on the big screen. It added a lot to questions that we were asking and added a new sort of nighttime ritual at one point, which is very interesting to see. Midsommar is one of those films that sort of really gets under your skin, has a great performance from Florence Pugh, and I was really surprised with the film. Ari Aster, I really enjoyed Hereditary. I think Hereditary is still a better movie, but Midsommar was one that I did really enjoy and one that I do still keep looking back at because there is so much depth to it, like him putting the dead sister in shots and you're not really seeing it at first till you look very closely. I think it's very clever, the things that were done with the film. Some of it's not as subtle as it could have been, but I do think Midsommar is a fantastic horror, and I really enjoyed it. In at number 7, we have the masterpiece Hustlers. Hustlers was just a well-directed film with great performances. J-Lo giving one of the best performances she has ever given. The script was great, and people are like, oh, but it's a man-hating film. It's not a man-hating film. How many other films have we had where females are just beaten up and shit? This film was a lot of fun. The cinematography and everything about it, the editing, the music... It was a really enjoyable film. I had a fun time with this film. I absolutely loved everything about it. The colours, just the way it was shot. Hustlers is a great film. And if you haven't seen it, watch it, because it is a fucking masterpiece, alright? Okay? In at number 6, we have Everybody's Everything, which is the Little Peep documentary. I absolutely love Little Peep. Love his music. Was very sad when he died, and this is just a great honour to his life. It's a very sad documentary, one that had me crying in the cinema, one that did a shot in it that absolutely shocked me, but it shows that Little Peep was just such a lovable person that everyone thought he was such a great guy, he was so likeable, he cared about his fans, and it does show the hard times and the demons that he had, but it's one documentary that's just edited together really well. There are some conspiracies put into the film. There is too much time of some of the managers at points and some things to sort of try and put the managers in a good light when people do know a lot of more bad things about the managers. But it shows that Little Peep was just a musician that was so creative and had so much more to give us. And this is just a brilliant documentary to honour him. And I absolutely loved it. Like I said, not many films really make me cry, but this one had me bawling in the cinema because of something that it did. It's a hard watch, but it is a brilliant documentary. In at number 5 is Spider-Man Far From Home. Yep, 2 Marvel movies in this. Spider-Man Homecoming was a film that I absolutely loved, and Spider-Man Far From Home was just one that I absolutely loved even more. Like, I still think Homecoming is a fantastic film. Far From Home does the exact same thing that Homecoming did, where it adds a little twist in the middle to make you go like, oh shit, wasn't expecting that. Jake Gyllenhaal as a villain was incredible. There's quite some dark moments to this film, and the ending just really has me excited for the next film. And Tom Holland is just still brilliant as Spider-Man, and this as well, the Easter eggs, the after credits scene. It's done all that build up of what Endgame did, but gave us even more, and I love it for what it did. In number 4 is John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. I think I've said that right, Parabellum. John Wick Chapter 3 just took everything that 1 and 2 did and just upped it to 11, and whoa, was crazy. The knife fight in the shop at one point, the motorbike fight, the dogs killing multiple people, Halle Berry being a fucking badass in this film, and just John Wick, Keanu Reeves being just as brilliant as always. This is a perfect trilogy in my opinion, and 3 is incredible. The set pieces, the fights, the choreography, the final fight, just everything about this film is phenomenal. In number 3 we have Ready or Not, which the film from Radio Silence, who have done quite a few other horrors before, but this is their best film in my opinion. Ready or Not is the story of this woman getting married, but then playing a game with the family on the night of her marriage, but the game that she gets is hide and seek, and now the family are going to hunt her inside the house. Ready or Not was hilarious, it's fun, it's over the top, and has one of the most brilliant finales to a film, and just an ending that is so unexpected that I loved it. I thought, oh, it's not going to happen. Oh, it happened, and it's just incredible with what it does. I loved everything about this. It's a lot of fun, and if you haven't seen Ready or Not, I highly suggest checking it out. In at number 2 is Us, Jordan Peele's film after Get Out. Us is a film that I really enjoyed the first time I watched it, and it's one that's had to sort of grow on me a bit, but the more and more I think about it, I think everything that it does is brilliant. The depth in it, the set pieces, the way that it takes a different take on home invasion, and just the whole finale of it, where it's crazy in that final shot. I just loved Us. Us shows that Jordan Peele is an incredible director, and I'm very, very excited to see what he does next. I know he's doing Candyman next, and just from looking at Get Out and Us, I know he's going to do something phenomenal with that. In at number 1 is Paddleton. Paddleton with Mark Duplass and Ray Romano. This film has a very, very hard-hitting subject, and is one that you don't think should be hilarious, but it is. It's a road trip about a friend has found out that he has cancer, but he doesn't want to do chemotherapy. He just wants to take these tablets, which means he can just die in his home. And then Ray Romano and Mark Duplass have to go on a road trip to get this medication. And the jokes in this, the relationship that's so believable, the script is so brilliantly written. It comes off very natural. And Ray Romano does one of the best performances of this year. 2017, The Big Sick, he was incredible in that. And with this one, he brings almost that character from The Big Sick, but gives even more to it, with just lines that are delivered incredibly well. Like, it's so natural, everything he does. And some of it feels like improvisation from him. But, this film had me laughing a lot, and then crying a lot. Paddleton is a film that really just got to me. It's such a wonderful film, and that's why it's number 1. It's a wonderful film that the more I think about it, I just think there's nothing else this year that has made me laugh this much, but also make me feel incredibly sad. It knows how to do those two things perfectly. It's a perfect film in my opinion, and that's why it's number 1. So that's my top 10 best movies of 2019. Like I said, I didn't get to see everything, but these are ones that I had the most fun with and really enjoy watching, and ones that I would definitely return to watching. What was your best film of 2019, or what are your favourite films of 2019, and what are you looking forward to seeing in 2020? That is all from me today. This was my final video. of 2019. So happy new year and see you in 2020. Thank you very, very much to everyone that subscribed this year, and I look forward to making many more videos in 2020. That's all from me today. Thank you very much. See you again very, very soon. Goodbye.